Hello everybody. Well, normally I would share this video to a whole bunch of different places, but it looks like Facebook has changed a little bit again. So I was only able to share it to two different places. One is my business page, which is my sister's house with Susan Tapley, and the other is my VIP group. So that's Susan's Chalk Therapy VIPs. Anyway, I'm glad to have you here, and tonight we're going to do a cute project. I spent all day in my shop organizing my brand new transfers so that we can kind of have a schedule of what we're going to do every day or every night on my live. So I'm glad I got that done. It was really fun. It was hard to pick which ones to do and when. Hi, Annie. But I'm glad it's done, and I think we're going to be pretty busy the rest of the winter and in spring. So tonight we're going to do something. It's called Choose Your Own Adventure. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of being home and around and would like to go somewhere on an adventure. And I'm actually supposed to be going to Maui in a couple, well, actually at the beginning of March through my company. They are so good to us and love to reward us for doing a good job. So I earned a trip to Maui. So my husband and I are getting ready for that. Hopefully we won't have too many hoops to jump through with COVID testing and things like that. So far it's been a little bit tricky because our flights keep getting changed and canceled. So we're doing the best we can because we want to go. So that would be quite an adventure. So are you ready to get started? Hello, Leslie. If you guys are just popping in, please hit that share tab. I don't know who started saying that you couldn't say this word on Facebook, but I haven't been. I try to say sprinkle as much as I can, but you know what I'm talking about when I say sprinkle. So thank you for sprinkling this video with your friends and family so they can see what it is we do here, because it's lots of fun. Hi, Miss Cindy. I get to see you twice, you and Leslie today. That's a treat. All right, let's get started. I'm going to move my camera and get this all ready. I can barely reach my camera when I am sitting, so I'm going to stand up for just a sec and get this going the right way. There we go. Get rid of this too. If you are interested in knowing my website, it is in the description of this video also, so you can always... Leslie, you're kidding me, right? You're funny, funny, funny. Zip line. I'm more of a sit on the beach kind of girl. I love snorkeling, and my husband and I like to kayak, so that's probably what we'll be looking into. I'm not going to be flying through the trees. Sorry. So what we're going to be using tonight is a board that I've painted. I do have some of these available, so if you like what you see, let me know. And I think I have 6 of them in my workshop. So this is painted white. You could use both sides if you wanted to. Absolutely up to you. But tonight I'm going to cut these knots off for now, and you'll see why a little bit later. We're going to do some chalking in the center, and I'm going to do some watercoloring techniques with it. But I'm also going to do some fun things around the edges. So I'm going to need to take this rope off for now, and I should be able to just cut one of them off and pull this one through. Put it aside for now. Am I zoomed in a little too close for you? Let's see if that's a little better. Sorry, making you dizzy. Okay, so this is one of our brand new transfers from our new catalog, which launched yesterday. Thank you guys for ordering. It was a really, really fun day, and I love seeing all your orders coming in, especially when you either rounded up or added to the Watts of Love charity that we support. I really do appreciate that. And when a designer hits $250 in a month with their donations to Watts of Love, we're called light makers, and we're recognized on stage at our convention, and you get some free things in the fun things, transfers, and some other cool things in the mail, and it's just an honor to be able to say I'm a light maker. So thank you for that. If you don't know what that is, we help raise money for families that don't have electricity, and we provide them with solar paneled lights that they can use at night in their homes instead of kerosene, which causes fires and burns and all kinds of awful things. So anyway, you can donate to that by rounding up your order, or you can also go in and make a donation in the Watts of Love tab. And you can go anywhere from $1 to $100 or whatever you want to do. So we're going to choose our own adventure. And this is a super cute detailed transfer, and we're going to be doing some watercoloring inside the lines. So we're going to start by chalking the whole thing in black first. So don't you hug me. You can hug me, but you can't hug me. Alright, so I have been hearing rumors that our new transfers are really sticky, and my sticky mat, my fuzzing mat is way over there. So first, before I get started, I'm just going to write on the back, I'm just going to write adventure. And let's pull this off of the transfer off of the carrier sheet. Can you tell when I'm tired? Because I've been at my shop all day and I get a little tongue-tied when I'm tired, so that's what it is. So we're just going to remove the carrier sheet from the transfer, which is sticky. Yikes. I think I'm going to fuzz it on my shirt because I don't want to run and get my towel. So I'm just kind of rubbing it on, picking it on and off a couple of times. It always looks funny when people are fuzzing on their shirts, but we're all friends, right? Okay. If you guys are just popping in, be sure to say hello and let me know where you're from. And if you're a first-time viewer, I would love to know that too. I like to say hi to our new friends and our old friends. All right, we have fuzzed this pretty well. So what I'm going to do is center on this board as much as I can. The sides are pretty easy because I can see them. But I want to make sure the top and the bottom are, wow, that was easy, about the same distance away from the edge as they can be. So we got this down, and we're going to do is take a small squeegee or a mini squeegee, and starting from the center of the transfer, just kind of go over your design and make sure that you don't feel any bumps, bubbles, or folds. If you do, you just peel it back, reposition, or pull the little piece of lint out, whatever it is. Just hoping this comes off easily. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Sometimes you can see a little air bubble like under the teal area where the silk screen, not on the silk screen area, but on the transfer itself. If it's not in the area of where you see the white showing through in the design, don't worry about it. It won't make any difference really. That looks pretty good. So we're going to get really crazy and do this whole thing in black to start. And I'm using black velvet chalk paste. So if you are a brand new viewer and have never seen chalk paste before, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It is a creamy form of chalk like you played with when you were a child. It goes on wet, dries hard in just a couple of minutes, but it is water soluble on non-porous surfaces. Non-porous surfaces meaning glass, metal, chalkboards, windows, anything that it won't absorb the color. Now this is a painted surface, and chances are it won't come off very nicely. Wood surfaces, it just stays. So you want to stir up your chalk paste as soon as you open it up and get it to be a nice creamy consistency, about the consistency of cake batter. This one feels a little bit thicker, so I'm going to spray a little distilled water in, just a couple drops or squirts, and stir that up till it's nice and creamy. If you have some lumps and bumps in your chalk paste, don't worry, because usually when you squeegee off your paste, and I'll show you what that means in just a minute, all the bumps come off with it. So I'll show you how that works. That looks better. Okay. Lovely. All right, that has been nicely stirred. And I'm going to take that small squeegee once again. This is actually a mini squeegee. We have 4 different sizes now. This is our smallest. And it could go a little bit bigger, but this will work pretty quick. So you're going to scoop up some of your chalk paste and spread it all over the area of the silk screen where you can see the color of whatever the surface is behind it. This one, of course, is black. If you are new at this, use more chalk paste than you actually need because all of the excess chalk gets scraped right off at the end, so you don't have to worry about wasting. There we go. See how fast that happens? Just spread it over it like you're buttering your toast in the morning. Okay, So as soon as it's all covered and you can't see any of the color showing through from behind it, this one just so happens to be white, you go back over the whole thing and while it's still wet and scrape off all the excess paste. You can see me just pulling up a little bit here and it goes right back into the jar. How many of you have ever done watercolor with chalk? I'm going to show you a watercoloring technique that I'm sure I've done it a few times, but it's always fun to do it again here and there. Alright, that looks pretty well scraped. Now it's really important to remove the transfer while your paste is still wet, otherwise it'll pull up your chalk. So just nice and easy, give it a pull. Look how cute that looks. Honestly, you could just leave it like this and it's adorable. I could see this in anywhere in your house really, but I was especially thinking about an office or a boys' room, somebody who's into scouting. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna dry this next. You can let this air dry, it'll take about 5 minutes, or you can use your hair dryer to dry it. I happen to like using a heat tool because it's super fast, but it is super hot, so keep it moving while you're drying. Where the heck did I get water on there? There, that's it. It is dry. So cute. Alright, so let's get the watercolor started. And what I'm going to do is I've got a bunch of different colors here. This one's called Shimmer Harvest, and I think I'm going to do the center of the sun with this color. And the way that I do that is I actually put a tiny little bit in the center of the lid of the jar. Put that anywhere where you can see it. There we go. That's better. So seriously, I'm just taking a little bit, just a tiny little scoop. I might not even need it because there's already a little bit on the lid. And I'm going to water it down, just kind of a little tiny bit of water. And I want it to be like a watercolor. I don't want this to be like really bright. I'm looking for that kind of watercolor look. So I'm stirring that up really, really well. Leslie, are you yelling at me yet? I know sometimes you do when I'm live. She's my helper. She tells me when I'm messing things up. So I'm going to take, this is just a regular old pointed paintbrush. There's probably a name for it, but it's just pointy paintbrush. And I'm going into that watery chalk, and I'm just going to bring that into the center of the sun. I'm not sure, I've never watercolored with a shimmer. I'm not sure if it's going to work real well, so let's see. No, it actually isn't working very well. So I'm gonna change this and switch to a, so I left my water over there too. I'm going to switch to a regular chalk paste, so bear with me 1 second. I also left my water across the room, so I had to grab that. So I'm just going to clean this off that I just did. The shimmer just does not want a watercolor. I had a feeling it was going to run into this. It's a little bit gritty. Okay, so it's a different texture than regular chalk paste. So we're going to use this one. This is lemon yellow, and we'll just do that again. I'm going to take a tiny little bit in the lid, as I did before, and some water. Let's get some watercolors going. Let's see if that works better. If it doesn't, it's because it's kind of a shiny surface I'm using. But we'll see. Okay. Here we go again. Loading up my brush. Yeah, that's much better. I'm just going to float that around. I'm going to try to go like almost to the black, but not quite touching if I can help it. I just put it right on there. It's fine. You don't want to saturate that black if you can help it, because wetting your chalk paste will actually reactivate it. So we don't want to put too much water down there. So it's just about to the edges. Okay, I'm going to hold this up so you can see up close. Cute. Okay, we're done with our yellow. And I'm going to float a little bit of light blue on that cloud. Just a tiny bit. Whoa, I can tell I haven't used this in a while. Let's see if I can even get it out. I have used it actually recently. Yeah, it's fine. Just looked dry. We made snowmen with this color. There's not much left in here. Tiny water. Brush is ready. I'm just rinsing it off in water here. Let's stir that up first. You don't need a lot, and I want it really, really watery looking. So I think this is going to look really cute, but wait till you see what we're going to do around the edges. I haven't done that for a long time. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Just add a little bit of color. It's kind of hard to see it in the camera unless I zoom in closer. Then you get to see all the mistakes I make while I'm doing it, right? Okay, one more little stroke here. All right. Got our little watercolor cloud all done. Oh, you know what else I was going to put? Where else I was going to put the blue was along the sailboat. Just a little on the sail. Make a little bit more of that blue. Has anybody been crafting this week? I'd love to see what you're making. It makes me really happy when you post your pictures on in my page or on my group. There we go. And a little bit more of that. Okay, so I'm going to put some on the sails right here on the sailboat. Let me see if I can zoom you guys in. Okay. So a little bit on that sailboat, tiny bit. It's barely blue. Got it really thin. There we go. That's better. Maybe I'll do the boat too. Why not? I think I should do a little water around the water edge a little bit. What do you think? Maybe I will. I'll just do it. Okay, we'll just make a little bit along the blue waves here on the water. So we've got water. We've got some, looks like not a canyon. I don't know what these mountains are called. They're like desert mountains. Sorry, I'm from New England. I don't know. Don't know what they're called. I've never actually seen one up close and in person. You can add as much or as little color to these as you want. It is your choice. All right. Pretty cute. Okay. Ugh. Did you see that? Shoot. A little chunk of blue popped right off there. All right, I'll have to fix that on the black later. Okay, so now I think I'll do this mountain range here, whatever it's called, and I'm going to do that in red. Or maybe I'll use papaya. Let me grab papaya. I think that would look better. This is sort of like a rusty orange color. It's very pretty. Okay. We used a lot of papaya this fall, didn't we? don't know if you guys can hear it, but my husband's upstairs in the kitchen with his guitar and he's singing. He's pretty quiet, but. Okay, here's our rusty orange papaya. I think that's really pretty for whatever these things are called. All right, let's paint some mountains. I'm trying to stay away from touching the black if I can. Not the end of the world if I touch it, but I'm trying not to flood it so that it reactivates the black and gets it running. There's nothing we can't fix though, right? I think, was it Bob Ross says only happy little mistakes, he says, or something like that, if he makes a mistake while he's painting. I'm no Bob Ross though. If you guys have any questions while I'm working, please ask. All right, there's our mountain range. Pretty cute. I think I might put some of this orange right in those little, they look like teepees, but I know they're mountains too. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. I'm going to do the mountains in a color, I think it's camel. Oh. Hold on one second, I'm losing my battery. Okay, I'm still here, but my computer died, so if I miss your comments, I'll be right back in there. So I'm going to use this color, and it is called camel. It's sort of like a coffee color. It's really nice. So I'm going to grab a little bit of that. On my lid. I think I'm going to need a little green too, and I didn't bring that over. Okay, stir that up. I probably could just use whatever's left in the lid and it would be just fine. Let me see if you can see. That's all I'm doing. And the water won't ruin the chalk paste that's in your jar at all. I hate it when your computer dies on you like that. So rude. So we're going to do the mountains, or whatever those are, the teepees, in this camel color. We'll just start with this big one here. It's like a nice brownish tan. It's definitely different than the orange we used before, so it'll look cool. You guys ever done any watercoloring like on paper or canvas? I've never really done it other than with chalk. Let's see. Lost everything when I lost this here. What in the world? There we go. Let's see if I can get it back. Get it back up. So it looks like I don't know if it's a road here. I can't really tell what I'm working with, but it looks like a road. I don't know if it's a waterfall. What do you guys think those are? And should I even touch them? I think we're going to keep it simple. Like this. Trying to get back on my page with you guys so I can see what your comments are. Okay, that should bring me back there. All right, I think I think I'm going to add just some green around the trees and call it a day because it looks really cute. And we do have some more color to add to it. I'll zoom you out a little bit. You can see the whole thing. There we go. I'm back. Get my green. Boy, I was not prepared tonight, was I? It's because I've been in my shop all day long. Really have. You haven't ever tried it, Cindy? Okay. You can see how easy it is. Ah, there's chunks of chalk everywhere. All right, so now we're going to be using our meadow green, which is super pretty. I am excited to start using spring colors. I love the jewel tones from fall and Christmas time, but I'm ready for some pastels, some pinks and purples and yellows. So the trick to doing the watercolor technique is actually not to fuss with it. Don't fuss with it because it's supposed to look kind of imperfect, perfectly imperfect, right? Okay. Now all I'm going to do with these little tiny trees here, just a dab of green in there will do it. I think that'll be just enough. I feel like I want to put some color over here. I'm just not sure where. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. I'm just tapping some color into these trees. That is all. That's all she wrote. All right. I'm going to dry this for a second, and then we're going to do something around the edges. These trees are going to take a little bit to dry. They're really watery. I don't want to spray it, hit them with the heat and make them flow across the piece either. Okay. I'm just going to be really careful around them because I don't want to mess with the best. So what I did for the background, or actually what I'm going to do is create a frame around this using scrapbook paper. Let's see if I can blow this out back a little bit more. There we go. So I got some blue paper, which I thought would look pretty with the colors I'm using. And I have a trimmer. It's called a paper trimmer that cuts curves like this. So I just cut the curves, and I want to put them around the four edges like this. Like so. Oops, that one needs to be trimmed a little bit. All the way around like this. Do you like it with the frame on it? You certainly could leave it just plain like it is, or that's something that you could do is add the frame. I'll zoom it in a little for you. You can see the color. I don't want to pick it up yet because those trees are still pretty wet. Tell me what you think. Do you like the frames? I'm going to have to trim this one just a little bit. This piece is actually 10 by 10. And let me just trim this down. I don't expect them to I didn't do like an angled cut. What do you call those? Mitered. Oh, you like them? Okay. Then we are going to use it. I don't know how to do miters very well, so I didn't. But we're going to make this look so cute. So I'm going to put this aside a little bit for now. No, actually I can't put it too far away because I'm going to need to put this stuff on. Put my chalks away. Get those later. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, I have a piece of cardboard here. I just take up more room. The more room I have, the more room I need. I'll bring my cardboard over here and just keep bringing that back and forth. So I have this cardboard here, and the reason I do, by the way, don't forget to share, is because I want to use Mod Podge to attach the cardboard to the piece. So I've got a big jar of matte Mod Podge here. It doesn't really matter what kind you use, but it's nice to work with because it doesn't make your paper ripple. But you have to work pretty quickly with this. So I'm just going to use a sponge brush and put a little bit of Mod Podge all along the back side of here. Yeah, it does dry pretty quickly. It gets tacky quick and then it dries. So I'm going to work pretty quickly with this. Pop this down right about here. See if I worked fast enough. Yep, it's sticking. Once it's down, it doesn't move. So there's our first little, kind of looks like a wave. And then, let's see, where'd they go? Put this one on the top. Some more. I have some Mod Podge in my shop, little small bottles of it, in case you're looking for some. We use them for a wood crafting project that I used to teach when I was working at the scrapbooking weekends, which was a lot of fun. We did a paper and wood project there all the time. That was a lot of fun, a lot of weekends away. So far, we've got this much done. We've got two sides. I'm gonna have to pop a hole right there so I can get the rope back in. Cindy's like, yes, frame it. And here's the third one. This makes such a difference, doesn't it? It adds motion, and you absolutely could have left this just plain black though. Honestly, it's simple and sweet and it looked great, but we have to embellish, don't we? Because why not? Where would you guys put this if you made one? I thought of my grandsons when I was thinking of this project, and they are absolutely outdoorsy, adventure kind of boys. As a matter of fact, my grandson Wyatt, who's in first grade, I gave him a ghillie suit for Christmas, which is, it's kind of like you camouflage yourself as a bush in this suit, and you go out in the woods and you look for animals, or you pretend you're a soldier and find whatever soldiers find. He loved it. Thought that was pretty cool. All right, let me put the glue aside. Show you how this looks. Even my light went out. Look at that. That's all right. We're fine. It's a little bit long right here, so I want to trim that just a smidge. Looks like my trees have dried nicely. Ta-da! I see one little spot right there where the blue chalk fell on it. So I'm going to get my chalk marker out and see if I can fix that. I think it's in here. I love these pens. Oh, I haven't used this one yet, the black. So chalk markers are good to use if you have a little spot like this. You do have to prime them. So I've never used this one before. So the tip is white. So you're just going to want to pounce that up and down till the black comes down to the end of the pen. It takes a couple of minutes. I remember when I did the white one, it took a little bit. Took a little bit of pouncing. Thank you, Cindy. Come on. If you happen to be shopping on my website yesterday, you probably know that our new catalog launched, and it was a really great day. There was only one thing that sold out, even though it looked like things were selling out. People were popping lots of things into their carts and then dumping their carts. So a lot of things looked like they were sold out, but they actually weren't. Come on now, I can see it coming down. It's just not coming right down to the end, so I'm still gonna pump this. This is going okay. So if you tried to get something that wasn't available, if it was something new transfer that was new. It was probably because somebody had just put too many in their cart and left it there. So the only one that did sell out was the wings, which is beautiful. I actually have 3 projects planned for that one. This ink is really being stubborn. I can see it. See the black? Sorry, guys. It'll be worth it. Promise. Here it comes. I got it. Okay. I'm just going to cover this little piece of blue on the S. There's a little tiny bit right here, too. All right. All that for that, right? Okay. I'm going to keep this tip end down so it's ready to go next time, and I shouldn't have to prime it again. So, to get that rope back in, obviously we covered the hole here. I'm just going to use the end of a paintbrush, or actually I'm going to use a pencil. It's pokier. And try to find where it was, right here. There we go. I'm just going to poke it through like so, and push my brush through it so I'll be able to get that rope back in. So what do you guys think? Would you use scrapbooking paper on a project? I think the last time I did this, I made an acorn. It's actually been pinned on Pinterest quite a few times. No, come on. Oops, I only got part of that rope, darn it. Okay, try that again. Okay, got it. So now all we have to do is knot that up. Did I do it again? Did it again. It's not taking all the plies through. I need to trim it. It is totally unwinding here. You would do it? Yeah, I think it's pretty fun. And it adds a lot of color. And if you use like a curved line like I did, the movement looks nice too. There, I got it. Bye, George. I do have 6 of these surfaces if anybody's interested in them. The transfer is on my website. I do not have any in stock, just this one. But if you'd like to order it, I have the link right up in the description. So, there it is. Pretty fun. And even more fun because you guys are here with me. So thanks for hanging in there. Okay, I'm just gonna, I lost my apron along the way, I see. Alright, so I'm just going to show you this whole thing, all done. It is really, really cute. Get a little closer for you. Okay, and I'm no Bob Ross, but I got this done, and I think it looks pretty darn good. So, that is our project for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you are interested in the links in my for my business page, my website, my VIP group, if you are interested in a business opportunity, everything's right up there in the description of this this live. And I will be back tomorrow with another fun adventure. Not the same one, but a different one. I hope you had a great time. It was great visiting with you tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.